What happened?
That was the wrong video.
Fuck.
God damn it.
Should we just start?
Yeah, we're just gonna. Well, we got like a
Screw
minute.
Choking like the Niners.
Oh, dude, the hate and the conspiracy theories are fucking flowing in Frisco.
Oh yeah. We should share our favorites.
Our favorite
Conspiracy theories.
Mine was you see the one where they're like, oh, they gave the Chiefs an extra down. It was 1st and 10. He ran for 2 yards, and then the refs reset it, made it 1st and 10 again.
Oh,
whoa.
So it's supposed to be 2nd and 8, and then the other one was the illegal man downfield on the touchdown pass. Like he was 2 yards down instead of like 1. I was like, that's pushing it there, buddy.
All right. Well, now it is officially 8 o'clock. So what is up, Raider Nation?
Hey, what's up?
Raiders.
Raiders.
I got the AP flag behind me, so he screamed it first. He signed my flag, so I was happy at AT&T. So that was cool.
Nice.
Yes, stand up.
I'm still mad at Hugo Boss though. I'm not gonna lie. They're
Fuck you. Sorry.
Oh, I know because you told me what happened with you and Hugo. So we get there. He has the pen in his hand, ready to sign all my 16 by 20s because I had him rolled up and I already had it where he was going to sign. So you just like slide it out, sign here, AP done. The hostess of Hugo said, "You can't sign that," and took the marker out of his hand. He was going to sign it. And I was like, why? Because I don't want $300 of your shitty clothing. Like, so yeah. So AP had a signing at Hugo Boss, and I was like the 3rd, 4th person in line. And I had all this stuff printed out for him. And the people at Hugo Boss stopped us from signing it. But luckily, AT&T was like, hey, it's 1 per person. So they let people sign stuff. So he signed my flag, so that was pretty cool. But yeah, that's why I don't like Hugo Boss now.
Yeah, I liked Hugo Boss when, like in the 90s.
when it was relevant.
Yeah, when it was relevant. Like, who the hell wears Hugo Boss?
Not me.
I didn't know what it was. I was like, what is Hugo Boss?
They used to make like the big polyester shirts.
Are you talking like the flannel kind of looking things or what?
It was almost like a solid jersey.
Mm-hmm.
And decent jeans. Joseph said he'll stick with cool water.
Yeah, well.
Which was relevant around the time Hugo Boss was.
Like, was there cassette players out when this was relevant?
I think it was the last time the Niners won a Super Bowl.
So MP3s didn't exist, but we're using CDs.
Dang. What's a CD?
Dude, I had my son. That's why I busted out the cassette player because he was like, "Yeah, I know what a tape is." Because I was listening to The Offspring, like driving home with him, and he's like, "Oh, I like this music. Did you listen to it?" I'm like, "Yeah, they're really popular as a kid. They made a lot of money, like super popular." He's like, "Did you listen to like on an MP3?" I was like, "No, like you put it in your car and it's a tape." And he's like, "Oh, okay, I know what that is. It plays music and it's round and shiny." I'm like, "Dude, that's a CD. This is before that." Like, I literally had their first album on tape. And so I was like, "I'm going to buy you a tape." And he gets a tape player and he just goes, puts it in, just goes, and like breaks the whole thing.
God.
Oh, God.
And so I sent it back to Amazon and got my money back. So
warranty.
Yeah.
Yeah. God. What a week it was.
Yeah. Gosh, we're already at it.
The longest week ever.
But the best.
I am so tired and I'm 10 pounds heavier.
So.
From the food and alcohol. I weighed myself like, oh shit.
Too many open bars.
Oh my God. Like, so a Wednesday night, I got home at like 6 a.m. Thursday, I was responsible because I'm like, I got stuff to do Friday, and Saturday semi. But yeah, it was a very, very, very long week. And I got home Monday about 5 a.m. Then I went into work a little bit. Yeah.
So I made a terrible mistake. I had a smoker in a storage in Vegas, like from when we had our house and had all the stuff there. So I figured I would drive to Vegas. That way I could bring my smoker back with me. Oh, I left at I was on the freeway at 11:20
Sunday?
on Monday. Yeah, yesterday.
Oh, okay. Oh, okay.
And I got home at almost 10 p.m.
Ooh.
That the traffic back was bad. Like it was at a dead stop for a while. So it's like we just pulled over, got some food, relaxed, slept. We took a couple naps, but I was like, I was dead when I got home. I was like, all right, it's like 5 a.m. I'm gonna sleep for about 4 hours and I'm gonna go to work. And that's what I did. And like my friends were messaging me, a couple of my buddies were like on my stories, like, dude, you look just haggard. They're like, you need to go to bed. I'm like, I do. Like I really do.
Gosh.
And I came home Monday and I went to bed like at 9:00 at night. I was like, I'm done.
Wow.
I'm so tired. But
Yeah,
it's the
it
price you
was.
pay.
Yep. Fun time though.
Yeah. I definitely want to go back to Super Bowl week, even though it's going to be in
New Orleans
next year. Yeah, like I said, I've never been there, so I think it'd be fun to go there for the Super Bowl week.
If you've never been, it's probably worth it.
You're gonna get there, and well, I don't know if you drink.
Do you like seafood, Josh?
I do like seafood, and I have some friends who know people there and have family there, so I think I'd have a good time. But for me, it's about the autographs. I don't really care. Like, my highlight was going to the 30-minute Offspring concert on was it Friday, Saturday? I don't even remember.
Oh yeah,
it was Saturday, I think.
Yeah. Fremont Street was cool. This is the first time I've ever been there. It was a lot cleaner than I thought it would be. So if anybody's in Vegas, go to Fremont Street. It was pretty cool. Gated off, walking around, felt safe. I thought it was like the hood. Like I had no idea. I thought it was like the ghetto part of Vegas because so many people talk shit about it. And I get there, I'm like, this is actually pretty cool and nice. Like it's just old,
There's like some homeless people, and you go off of Fremont Street into like the back roads right there, and it's not that good. Yeah. But yeah, on Fremont Street, it's pretty legit.
It gets bad real fast.
Like if you walk on Fremont Street when it's not lit up anymore, it's
not
bad.
Yeah, but if you actually stay on Fremont Street, you Uber there, you Uber back, you're good.
Yeah, I mean they had everything shut down because of the concert, and I yelled at it. So this is my other word of advice: don't bet on a $3 blackjack table because the people playing don't know how to play. I was, because the beer is cheap down there. So I had like that freaking, like they gave me a liter of alcohol. I'm like, oh, okay. And I was like,
here we go.
All right. That was like their drink. Like literally the drink size at the concert was like that. Like it was just, it was a big old mug. I'm like, this is like, this is literally a 6-pack, if not more. And so, I'm feeling myself and I'm like, I'm gonna go play blackjack. And I sat at the end of the table at a $3 table and I was playing $100 and a hand. And the guy in front of me kept hitting. And I literally looked at him, just drunk. I'm like, quit hitting. You're going to get a face card that's supposed to make the dealer bust. And he's like, but I have 14. I'm like, the dealer has a 6. They have to hit. I was like, quit hitting. And then he hits and busts, and then the dealer gets a 4 and beats everybody and takes everybody's money. I was like, I fucking told you. I just took my shit and left. I was so mad. The dealer was like looking at me. I'm like, this should get you played a $3 table.
Oh my God. Facts, yeah.
I was so pissed off.
You got to do the high roller stuff.
Yeah, there was one point.
Yeah, the $5 table. You don't have that problem over there.
Yeah, there's one point. I want to say he had like 6 or 7 cards in his deck. Like he had like a 2, a 4, and then he got it like to 14 or 15. I'm like, don't hit. Quit hitting at 15. Just stay. You're gonna get a fucking 10 and bust. And every time he would. And I just yelled at him and left. I'm going back outside. Fuck this.
When I'd go to Fremont Street, I'd make boomerang videos of the people there because so many wild people.
Oh yeah,
lots of lacks of clothing for Super Bowl weekend. That's the first thing I noticed. Yeah. Like, the girls were out in full force trying to get a football guy pregnant or something.
Trying to get tickets to the Super Bowl.
Yeah.
That. Yeah. We went down on the Sunday before the Super Bowl. We stayed Sunday night. Then we went to the media show, the opening night.
Oh yeah.
And then we drove back, and it rained the whole freaking time we drove
Oh,
from
yeah.
Vegas to LA.
It was terrible.
Yeah.
There's a question I forgot to ask you guys. When was Radio Row? Because I kept seeing people post it, and I didn't know when it was. I didn't see any information about it or anything.
So Radio Row is the whole entire week, and it was at the convention with the Super Bowl experience, but it was like gated off, so you can't get in there unless you're media.
Somebody told me they were selling tickets, but it was crazy expensive. You need to buy them prior, like $1,000 or something like that, if you didn't get media pass.
Those were probably like people selling their personal credentials.
Oh, okay.
It doesn't seem like it's terribly difficult to get the credential. You just have to apply.
Yeah.
You know, like
You have to have like a website or a YouTube.
Yeah.
A podcast will qualify you.
I know, thanks to you guys, my accountant's going to have fun with my taxes this year. So I'm writing off every. There's a travel expense. They're like, sir, you had $45,000 in travel expenses. I'm like, and?
Yeah.
And you made $0. I'm like, I operated at a loss. What can I say?
Yeah.
Yeah, that's right.
Yeah.
I'm a nonprofit.
You could operate at a loss for like 5 years, I believe. So yeah,
we don't make any money doing this. Like we know people that are like big players. They're like, we barely make any money. You know, there's very few people who make this a full-time job. Like,
no,
awesome. I made some money on Reels. Cool. Like that pays for what, like 1 weekend, 2 weekends maybe at that. Like honestly, like if I take the whole family out, it pays for like maybe 2 games. That's it. The entire year of podcasting and Facebook Reels. So
well, I think it's about the endorsements, right? And like that's where you eventually get the big bucks. Because like if you can't operate solely based like by getting paid on like Instagram or like Facebook or whatever.
No,
unless we do a Raider OnlyFans, maybe we'll let people pay $4.99. Yeah, $4.99 to rub stuff on John's head. Just different sauces.
The Niner fans, their only insult that they could come up with on TikTok after getting shelled was, "Where is your hair? You're bald." I was like, "Really? That's all you got?"
Oh, I get your fucking mustache is creepy. I'm like, yeah, but I've heard that for years. Like, do better. Like, I know it's creepy. That's why I keep it. Come on.
Also, that doesn't answer why you guys suck.
Yeah, but so to answer Brandon's question, was there a lot of shit talking at the Super Bowl? Actually, no. Oh, here's how it happened.
Here's how it went down.
Surprisingly, Chiefs fans were pretty friendly. Like, they're actually pretty kind.
Mm-hmm.
Like,
I've told you that, and you're like, "Fuck them! They have sex with their cousins," and I'm like, "Yeah, but they're still friendly."
I mean, and both can be true.
Yeah, 2 things can be true.
Yeah. So there is that. And the Niner fans, they weren't really talking shit. They were just walking around, and I swear to God, they're like fucking zombies. They're like, bang, 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 bang. And I'm like, who the fuck are you even talking to? Because they're literally walking by just bang, bang. And I was I haven't posted it because I haven't put it together. I have too many videos. But I was going by high-fiving people and doing that after they lost. I'm like, because the last day I didn't have any Raider gear on. I think I was wearing a jacket. And so, I had a jacket over my stuff. And so they thought I was Niner fans. So I was like, no, the Raiders. And then at the airport, I was like, long fucking flight back to Frisco. Bang, 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 bang. It's like screams. I had to drop my friend off at the airport, and I'm just screaming at people that are just pissed off in line trying to catch their flight, like at Southwest. So I went in the doors. I'm like, bang, bang, you lost. And they start screaming at me. And security was like looking at me. I'm like, oh shit, I better go.
Look, their stupid chant is like a bomb threat. Like,
bang, bang.
I loved Marshawn Lynch walking around. He's like, "You a Niner fan? Fuck you."
And what are you going to say to Marshawn? Like, he'll throw hands with you. You don't care.
Yeah, that's what we're talking about. We're like, imagine Beast Mode comes up to you. Like, you're gonna have to just laugh about it
Take it.
because
Yeah.
you're not gonna do anything about it.
No.
There is a very funny story Terry told me once. So Marshawn was like in Fresno or down in the area, and he was like he liked this fighter down there who's a professional fighter for like ESPN, whatever I can't remember the promotion's called again. But the guy was like, "Hey, I want to take a photo," and you know how Marshawn is. He didn't take photos with guys,
Right?
and he's like, "You're gonna have to fight me for it." He's like, "I ain't taking shit with you," like being Marshawn. And so this guy was like, I'm a professional fighter. Like, I'm going to have to fuck Marshawn Lynch up. So the guy puts his gloves on. Marshawn puts all the headgear on, puts the gloves on, like squares up like he's going to beat his ass. And he's like, no, I'm just kidding. He's like, come here and takes a photo with him. And like, I can't remember who the fighter was. I'll ask Terry, but Terry's like, the whole time this guy was like, I'm going to have to beat Marshawn's Lynch ass in front of everybody. Wow. And that's when he played with us too. He's like, because I'm going to fuck this guy up. Like, if he's squaring up, like he's a big dude. Like, I'm going to outbox him. This is what I'm a professional at. And at the last minute, he's like, no, I'm just kidding. Come here and get the photo. He took a photo with him, like in all the gear.
Wow.
And then took it off.
Oh man. Well, yeah, I guess we should just talk about like what did we do during the Super Bowl Super Weekend Marathon? And I like the question about shit talking, but like just what was the atmosphere like? What did you like the best? What did you think was kind of like meh? What are some things that we learned?
It was high volume of energy drinks and coffee, and a low volume on the sleep.
Yep.
Which is why I'm like yawning right now.
Yeah, I was
literally doing like intake for patients like like in front of like I'm so sorry, I'm so tired. And like half the people that I see, like because I have regulars that I see for wounds, they all knew like, or how was Vegas? I'm like, I'm so tired. Like, when'd you get in? And I was like, Monday about 5. They're like, I saw you at noon. I was like, yeah, you did. I shouldn't have came to work. I was tired. I wasn't drunk or hungover. I was just exhausted.
Yeah.
It was a lack of sleep. I thought I was going to sleep more, but that's what Vegas does to you. You're like, oh, I'll stay up. Oh, I'll be fine. And you get to bed at like 5 or 6 a.m. and you got to be up at like 9:30, 10 to get downtown to go to the signings or appearances or autograph events by like 11 or 12, and then you don't get back to your house till 10 o'clock at night. Yeah. So yeah, it's just I was living off Monsters and shots of espresso like all day, like just all day for 5 days. So
I got there on Wednesday. Like I came back on Wednesday, and I went to Target and I bought a bunch of energy drinks, and I filled up the refrigerator with energy drinks.
Yeah. Well, God, you guys were out late. I was like texting him. I was like, I'm gonna go to bed. And John was like out with you guys. He's like, all right, have a good night.
Oh, we went. I mean, it was what, maybe 12:30 or 1, something like that.
Somewhere around there.
I stayed out later. Everybody went home, and I'm like, yeah, I'm good. And that's what I didn't get back to Steve's house on Wednesday till 6 a.m.
Oh,
God. And I got back. I'm like, I need to go to bed because I got to be up in 4 hours. Like I literally had to wake up in 4 hours. And, but Wednesday, like I saw my patients. I dropped off my car at my office in Elk Grove, and then I flew out of Sacramento, which is hella far from my house. So Monday I had to go get my car, by the way, in Elk Grove before I went to work, and then drive back. So that was not fun. But I flew in to the airport and then had the driver drive me to North Las Vegas, the Uber driver, and drop me off at the Woodson signing on Wednesday. So I literally rolled into the Woodson signing with all my luggage.
Oh, wow.
Yeah, I had can you sign my bag? But like I rolled in and like, the promoters, a couple of them were like, did you just fly? And I'm like, I literally just got off a plane. Like I showered in the bathroom at the airport and changed and came to the event.
Wow.
And they're like, how'd you shower in the bathroom? I was like, I took my deodorant, took my toothbrush, and took a towel with me, and literally just in the.
Isn't that called a hooker shower?
Called a whore's bath.
Yeah.
But I literally did it in the sink of the all gender neutral restroom because they're big for some reason. And they don't have family restrooms in Sacramento. They have those. So I went in there, did my thing, and then left. I'm like, I feel fresh.
If you'd have went to Vegas, they have a gym at the airport, and you could take a full shower over there.
Are you serious?
They have a gym?
Yeah.
Where?
In what, like one of the Capital One rooms or something?
No, it's a standalone gym.
I
I'm
didn't
gonna
know
have to find out
that.
where it's at. I would 100% shower there and change and go out.
Yeah.
I would
I
go
do
work
something.
out.
There's
Said no one ever when they go in Vegas.
Yeah, like you could actually buy a membership for there.
I always have a dream to, and
I have bought last year. I bought 5 or 6 like 3 or 4 day passes at gyms. Never used a single one when I'm in Vegas. Not a single time. I'm like,
it's too much.
Okay, yeah. So the gym is Zero Level Fitness Center, and it's in Terminal 1. We've walked past it before.
Terminal 1 is where Southwest is. Where?
I don't remember exactly where, but I know I've walked past it before. Let me see. A membership is $17 a month, $35 enrollment fee.
$75 a month?
No, 17.
Oh, I was like, yeah, no, that's nothing. It's like better than 24-hour fitness.
Yeah, no, well, because they know you're not going to be there every day.
Yeah.
A la carte pass. Oh wait, that's employees and family. Oh wait, hold on, let me see. Their website is a little screwy here. So 17 is for employees, friends, and family.
The gym should sponsor our podcast because we're
okay. So
I know we need to get some sponsors because I'm just randomly getting free stuff off my Instagram. Like I want to sponsor. Like I want like a shitty energy drink or like some garbage alcohol. Like I'm like this stuff's great, and it just burns your throat and your stomach.
How about a tax prep company or a football card game?
Yeah, tax prep.
Shout out tax prep advocates.
Yeah, I used to get offered like all these stupid weight loss fucking things, and I would tell them I'm not using that shit. I'm doing it naturally.
You're like, I'm not fat. I'm at weight I want to be at.
Now I'm like, you still got any of that weight loss supplement?
One time I did one of those like frozen food, like South Beach Diet or whatever, where they send you the frozen food and it's just garbage. And I wanted to cancel, and I called, and they were like, "Oh, well, you know, like you haven't reached or like, why are you canceling? Like you've only done." And I was like, "Oh, I lost the weight," and they like didn't believe me. They were like, "You did?" And I was like, "Yeah, I'm at my goal weight. I'm happy with how I look." And they were just like, "No, like
no.
They like they're built to not do that, right?" So it was hilarious. So, yeah, okay. So
I do feel like things weren't as well organized. A lot of stuff was last minute. That's one thing I didn't like.
And nobody ran on time.
The traffic was horrible. Yeah, so like we knew by day 2 everybody's going to be 30 minutes to an hour late, so we just kind of prepped. We all prepped for it. We're like, when we went 8, we're like, okay, we can eat because they're not going to be there at 1 o'clock. Like they're going to be there like 2 or 3, but it set everybody back because you couldn't do everything in a row because everybody was running late.
Yeah.
So like I missed a couple events. I missed the AP one, and then I missed the AOC one because I'm like, I can't drive all the way to Walmart and drive all the way to the AP one, then go to Carlson and then go back.
You need a helicopter.
I was like, I'm gonna miss something. But
yeah, we really did need a helicopter.
Yeah, so they did a really good job, but things were just kind of hectic.
By the time we realized nobody is going to be on time and like everybody's running behind, Saturday morning we had a breakfast, and it said like from 8 to 10 it was like a buffet or whatever, and then like they have some award that they're going to give out. So we're like, we'll get there like 8:30, 9 o'clock. We'll have plenty of time. We get there, we sit down, and they're like, okay, last call for coffee. I'm like,
yeah.
I was like, of all the things, like, why don't you get rid of the food? Like, why are you getting rid of the coffee?
Food? Yeah, like that was murder. Not to mention, we were immediately bombarded by Bronco fans being like, "Ew, Raider fans." And then the guy like tipped his chair over, and I was like,
Bronco fans are just the worst. We all know that.
So
they hate
tacky.
They might be the worst, but they're not the most obnoxious.
That's
That's
definitely
the-
Cowboys fans. Yeah.
Oh yeah,
No,
they're-
no.
I think Niner
Cowboys-
fans are more obnoxious. Cowboy fans, I don't know. As a girl, Cowboy fans are just in my DMs like, "Will you go on a date with me?" And I'm like, "No."
Because you're that forbidden fruit. You're a Raider fan.
Yeah, I don't date.
they
outside my
want
race.
what they're not supposed to have.
Niner
That was a joke, by
fans?
the way. I do date outside my race. Sorry.
No, that just means it's a Cowboys fan. Doesn't matter if they're black or Mexican. You don't
Right,
date a
exactly.
Cowboys
That's
fan.
the race
That's
I'm
it.
talking about. Yeah.
That's just gross.
The
Yeah.
blue race.
Yeah. I think Charger fans are going to take it to a whole new level this year with Harbaugh. They're like, just wait, we're going to win one. We're going to win one.
All 50
Oh,
of
yeah.
them.
If the Chargers win a Super Bowl, we are not going to hear the fucking end of it ever
Oh no, that
in
can't
the
happen.
history of man. No, it can't happen. Like
that
an
can't
act
happen.
of
Somebody's
God.
gonna need
is-
to.
It won't
Yeah.
happen.
yeah.
I think that I still think like I think they'll be good. I don't think they might make the playoffs, but like any coach that comes in, they're not gonna like magically win, especially because Harbaugh was in college.
Well,
I don't.
when he came to the Niners, he turned that program around really quick.
I'm sure he will. No, I'm sure he will, but I
But-
don't think it's.
But the
Doesn't have
Niners
any
have a
guys.
fan. Yeah, the Niners have a fan base. They have money. They travel well because they have money. The Chargers aren't that team. The Chargers don't have fans. So I think Charger fans, like, I don't know how many times I've heard Raider fans have tickets down in LA because they live in LA and they sell their tickets.
Yeah,
Like,
I know people. that have
Raiders,
that.
multiple people own PSLs and
Actually,
tickets.
I
not
used
to
to
out him,
own
but-
some.
Yeah, John
That's what
had
I'm
a
saying, like-
Chargers PSL.
Yeah, as I'm saying, like a lot of people do. So it's like
The PSL
it's
is
not-
like $50.
Yeah.
Yeah, it's not like they don't have a huge fan base, so that's the main difference. They'll get some traction, but at the same time, LA's divided, so it's always
Yeah.
going to be divided between the Rams and
The,
Raiders.
the best part was
Cowboys.
so I had the PSL and I got the season tickets for 2 years. And then I called them up and like, hey, I want to cancel. Like, I don't want the season tickets anymore. And they're like, well, just fair warning. If you cancel and you decide you want season tickets again, you're gonna have to pay for another PSL. I'm like, $50. Yeah, I'm good. Like, I'm good.
Oh no, $50. What will I do?
55 this time.
Yeah, it's gone up.
Yeah.
Meanwhile, I paid like $30,000 for my Raider one.
Yeah.
I know.
But yeah, that was my takeaway was that everything was late. There were certain events we went to that were really awesome, and there were certain ones I was like, this is not my.
We're never gonna go to this one
jam.
ever again.
Yeah, like
The one. So the event you got me into, the Super Bowl party.
the tick pick party.
Yeah,
Or
that
the-
one was cool, and it was so under. It was. I felt like it was under advertised because I didn't even hear about it. I'm like, this is freaking awesome. It was like $300. You get open bar and food. Like that's not bad.
Yeah,
At all.
hours.
And it was right
Like,
near
at
the
all.
game. Like
Yeah, and
Yeah.
it's near the stadium. I'm like, you're telling me? I mean, people can drink $300 easy.
Oh,
So-
in
We
Vegas?
did.
That's like
Yeah, in
5 or
Vegas,
6
yeah.
games.
yeah.
Oh my God! So my thing, I went to Tao
Oh yeah.
Friday night. I got 4 vodka tonics and a High Moon seltzer to wash it down because it was hard liquor. Guess how much my tab was for those drinks? I didn't buy any more drinks that night there.
Over $100.
$260.
Stop. it.
God.
Wait, you
I'm
got
not
4
exaggerating.
vodka tonics
4 vodka tonics
and a
one
high
noon.
noon.
5 drinks.
200, 260. It was
$50
literally
each.
$50 a drink. Yep. Oh, and it was Tito's, by the way. It wasn't anything special. It was Tito's.
Wow.
Bro.
Yeah, that's what I said. I got the bar at the tab, and I was like, I'm not drinking here the rest of the night. I'm gonna go walk out of here, go downstairs to where you can get 2 shots and a beer for $19. And that's exactly what I did. And an energy drink
Wow. Well, and like, did you have
It's
to
like-
wait in line for that shit too?
for like 10 minutes.
God.
Yeah. And then
Gross.
because they were so expensive, they had markup because of the Super Bowl, and they actually sold open bar tabs. So they sold you wristbands for like $300-$400. per person or something like that. It was something expensive, like $500, and you got an actual wristband to get an open bar. And the open bar people were yelling at the bartenders because they were serving the cash people first, because the open bar people weren't going to tip. And so, so it's like the people next to me were like, I have this, I need to be served first. And like, he was here first, he was waiting, and he's not being rude. Like some gay bartender was like, he's not being rude. And he just started yelling at these people. And he's like, what do you want? I was like, I was like, thank you. But
wow.
Yeah, it was, I got to say a lot of the events were fun. My favorite event, so my favorite thing was the AP event at the NFL Experience. They capped it at like 150 people.
Nice.
Wow.
Yeah.
Same with the Max Crosby. I got there too late for the Max Crosby one, so I left and went to the other Max Crosby one that was an hour later. So I was being greedy. I'm like, Max Crosby's at 3 places. I'm gonna see him at all 3. Oh no, I missed one. What am I gonna do?
I know.
So like, I got 2 of them instead of 3. But they capped at like 150 people because some players only sign card stock and some people will sign items. So people like AP were like, yeah, just 1 or 2 items per person, keep it moving. They capped it at like 150. He took a photo, talked to you, did a video, and then signed your stuff, and it was free. So I mean, I got a couple things signed. I didn't know he was going to be there. Like I just went there and he was there, and I just got in line. I didn't even pull up the schedule. I did it by chance.
Oh, that's awesome. Sometimes that's the best. Like,
yeah.
Let's talk about like meeting AP, because we all got to meet him. Or sorry.
Yeah.
What did you want to talk about?
I thought we were going to finish talking about the events that we did.
Oh yeah, let's do that.
Yeah.
And then let's talk about
we went to a few cool events.
Yeah, we did.
Actually, we went to the Mike Ditka like cigar lounge, not lounge.
It was like a fundraiser, like a benefit,
like a mixer.
Gala. Yeah.
Open bar. They actually had some pretty decent food. They had dessert. I didn't really care for much of it.
Yeah.
But it was the thought that counts.
The
only issue, 38 degrees out there.
Yeah, that was the one.
As shit.
But usually at charity events, people are super cool though. Like everybody's nice because it's a charity event.
Yeah.
I've never had any issues at any charity events I've ever been to because they know you're donating money, you're taking your time, and it's usually expensive. It's usually no less than $300 to $500 for a charity event.
It was $500 a person.
Yeah, that's normal. So they're like, hey, you paid $500. I'm gonna take a picture with you. I'm gonna sign your stuff. The bullshit with you, and I'm gonna go on my way and do it with somebody else.
We did see Rich Gannon over there, but
we saw so many people. We didn't recognize them.
We didn't know who any of them were. They were all Hall of Famers. They had the gold jackets on, and just we had no idea who they were.
So what you do is you take a white mini helmet or like just a generic mini helmet, and you have them sign it, and then you read their number and their name. Yeah, and then usually there's somebody that knows who they are, and you can like tag them. I've done that so many times.
Yeah, that's a good idea. Good strategy.
Well, I don't know if you could have brought a helmet in there.
Yeah. Oh,
something.
Or what you do is you take a photo with them, and then you have Jim. I've done this before too. You have the other person you're with introduce themselves, like, "Hi, I'm Jim. Who are you?" Because they don't care if a girl asks who they are. I'm being dead serious.
They assume. No, you're right.
Yeah,
like,
and they'll be like, "I'm, Willie Roll,
a 3-time Super Bowl champion."
Yeah, and so I've done that plenty of times. Or my favorite. This is my favorite, and Steve can attest to this. So you guys get people that come up and talk to you, and people talk to you like they know you. And sometimes I forget who people are because I meet so many people. I'm like, where the fuck do I know this guy? Like I've met him a bunch of times. What's their name? I'm like, Steve, introduce yourself. Oh, I'm Steve. I'm GoCo Power Raider. And they're like, oh, I'm Greg, blah, blah, blah. I'm like, oh, fuck, that's who you are.
That's a good strategy. We need to do that at tailgates because it's like the problem is, we function mainly in this online space. And a lot of times people don't have profile pictures or they're old profile pictures. And so like people will come up and be like, hey, and I'm like, I don't. And if they don't say like, I'm the person that like talked to you about bagels, like you don't know. And it's because you can't put a face to the person.
And people are also smaller and bigger online or have more weight than their profile picture shows.
Generally,
they have filters. A lot of the women, I'm not gonna lie, you have filters. Stop.
I use filters sometimes. Yeah.
Yeah. Because I see a profile picture and the other picture, I'm like, that's not the same person. Like that's no. And I've done that
Yeah.
before. And I've shown my friends, I'm like, this is her Instagram. This is her in person. They're like, what the fuck?
Yeah.
Like straight up, I'm like, yeah, it took me by surprise too.
So, back in
Like,
the
who are
day,
you?
back in the day on Facebook, there was this one chick who was on there and apparently was talking to like every single guy. And because everybody was like, oh, she is going to be at this party. She's going to be, it was like in San Diego, back in when they were in San Diego, the Chargers. So we're at a party in San Diego and I saw this girl. I'm like, I'm pretty sure that's her. And then she checked in like on Facebook and tagged this guy that she was with. And so she didn't look like the girl on Facebook, but the guy that she tagged was definitely the guy with her. So I was like, that's her.
Oh,
and
shit.
while she's at the party, people are like, I didn't see you. And she goes, oh yeah, we left really early. And I was like, no, you didn't.
Like, you just don't look like your photos. Like, yeah, that's something
No,
that
you
happens
didn't.
a lot. Yeah,
Oh my
I've seen
God.
that firsthand. Or like I'm not gonna say my name because I know they still follow me, but there's like this Instagram like model girl that has 50,000 followers. And I was like, she was buying me in my seats. I'm like, why do I know her? Where do I know her from? And I'm looking, I'm like, oh my God, I know who that is. Not the same person. Like online, like, oh my God. In person, meh. I was just like,
Right.
no filters. Still pretty, but not like, oh my God, looks like a model. Those filters do a lot. And it's cheating because we're gonna see you in real life. So stop.
Listen, my strategy is I just try to use filters that look like if I were wearing a lot of makeup, because on a daily basis I'm too lazy to do my makeup. So that's my
Men don't get to wear makeup. It's not fair,
I know. But okay, I'll use a mustache filter next time.
I have my own filter.
I know. I remember that in Oakland. People were like posting it, the fucking Kukui filter. I remember that back in the day.
Yeah, there's a
it.
Kukui face paint filter on.
I still have it. I think.
Yeah, you can actually go to my profile and it's on there.
Yeah. But yeah, okay. So yeah, the Ditka thing was cool. I would say the party that we felt the weirdest that we went to the Maxim party, and it was this huge party at Resorts World. It was like at their nightclub, and like it was just the crowd skewed younger, and everybody was wearing like weird shit, and it just sucked. Like getting in sucked. There was like not a line. It was just like mass pandemonium. I thought people were gonna like stampede, and I was like, I need an exit strategy because I'm wearing heels and I will not be able to get out of the way. And then when we got in there, it was just kind of like
that was
the one where you said it was a social media influencer party.
No, that was that one. Okay. So that was the FHM party. No, so the FHM party, we thought it was the worst party until we went to the Maxim party.
Yeah. But it wasn't like so bad that we were like I was angry after the Maxim party. I was like, I just wasted. I could have been in bed. Like, this is stupid.
Yeah. That's why I always get nervous paying high-end clubs like that, because I've been in some garbage places in my life. I'm like, do I really want to? Like, I'll break the bank for like Raider events and stuff, or be like, okay, hey, this charity event's $1,000, cool, let's go. Because I know I'm gonna get experiences, I'm gonna get stories, I'm gonna get autographs, I'm gonna get photos. Like, I'm gonna get my money's worth. If I'm paying $1,000 to get into a club, I'm like $500. I'm like, I'd rather go to some dive bar and just get drunk for $12.
Yeah, the Maxim party, it was literally the hey, look at me party, because there's a big square VIP on the perimeter of that. No, that wasn't VIP. That was people who bought couches. And then around the perimeter of that, so you have to see if you want to look at the stage, you have to look at everybody on the couch, like on their couches. And then the VIP was literally an aisle about maybe 6 feet wide, 7 feet wide, where you could like walk around the people that were on the couches. And then the general admission was railed off, where they could see the people who bought the VIP and see the lounges. Like open bar, but like $800 a ticket was. We hung out there for like 40 minutes.
Yeah, like it was. We decided we are the people, like, we should be hanging out with old rich people. That's our vibe. They're chill. They're like, they go to bed early. They're kind of like, oh, you want some nice whiskey? Sure. Like,
They have the music playing at a moderate level.
Yes. It's not too loud.
I mean,
You can hear each other.
At Cow, I got to hear Jermaine Dupri's greatest hits. So
No.
that was great.
That's what you had to. And then, like Usher, Little John, comes on and they like get crazy, and then the song is over and they go back to their normal selves.
Yeah.
Because that was popular when we were in high school,
Yeah.
I do. One of the places I do like, if you guys ever go, is the 8 Lounge. Like, I do enjoy that place.
Oh yeah, that's supposed to be nice.
They have music. It's not so loud you can't talk to the person next to you. The table minimum is only $100 per person.
Oh, that's great. Yeah.
No, I know for Vegas, no. So if you get a table, if there's 2 of you, it's $200. That's it. Order some food,
we can
it's
definitely
a whiskey bar.
Meet that.
Yeah, we spend $200 on food, no problem.
Yeah.
No bar,
last time I went, because I have people that smoke cigars. I'm like, I message them, I call them, I'm like, hey, I'm at a really nice cigar bar. What do you want? Because I do have a minimum. I'm only gonna have like 2-3 drinks. I'm not ordering food, so like I got to spend $50. Like, oh, get this one, get that one. They're $25 cigars, but that's how I hit my minimum. I'm like, okay, all right, man, I'll ship them to you, or I'll get them next time I see you.
Perfect.
So I mean, that place is actually really cool, really chill. They have an outdoor area that is super cool that has no minimum. So if the outdoor is not reserved, they have TVs and fire pits, which I think like 12 of us went there last time.
We're gonna have to check that out.
It's actually really cool. Yeah, that's where Mark Davis has his room in the back.
Oh, so down.
And then we have the final, our favorite party that we went to. It was at Area 15,
which is a weird place.
Yeah, but it's cool.
No, it was that party was cool because there were 2 like inside parts. They were like these tents. There was like a stage, there was a DJ, but again at a moderate level. They were walking around with hors d'oeuvres and like appetizers. And then they also had like a little buffet with sliders. I think it was open bar.
It was open bar because we tried to pay for the drinks and he goes, "Oh no, you're good."
Oh yeah.
And they didn't have a tip jar. So I'm like, "Do you guys have a tip jar?" And he goes, "Yeah," and puts his hand out.
Right.
I'm like, "Oh, here you go." I mean,
I've been there. I went there once last year, and I had a good time. It wasn't overpriced. Yeah. They had food trucks nearby. Like, did they have the food trucks there still this time or no?
No, there was a food truck in the front.
In the front,
but this was in the back.
Yeah. And they also had fire pits, so you could like sit down outside in the fire pits. It was really cool.
I really wanted.
I never did anything outdoors. I did the indoor area, and then they had I always mispronounce it. Not Ibarra, but like the goat and the fried cheese tacos. What are they called?
Oh, the birria. Yeah.
There you go. They had 2 of those trucks, and at 2 a.m. after you've been drinking, oh my god, that was good. And I was like, this place is pretty cool. Like, I was actually very happy that I went there. I had a good time there, and that was last year, the year before. Yeah, I only went there once.
All right. So Victor wants to know how much the ice cream was at Flankers. It was $100 plus tax and tip.
Jesus.
Yeah.
You could have went to Flankers for the Super Bowl for $2,400 if you wanted. That was cool.
Well, you could have got 24 ice creams, and you'd have been good.
Yeah. We put a good dent in that ice cream too. I was sort of like, oh god.
It had like big chunks of brownies in there, and it was good, but yeah, that's definitely not a two person meal.
It's at least 3.
I wish Flankers would, because that's probably the bar. It's turning into the Raider bar that's on the strip. That's what it's turning into.
Yeah.
Like I think we're talking about this. I wish it had more of a sports bar vibe versus the uppity. Excuse me. Oh man, hanging in Vegas messes with my sinuses.
Every time.
I got a dry throat now. But I wish they put up more TVs and stuff like that, and I'd be like, wow, this place is cool because it's not super expensive. It was for the Super Bowl, like everywhere else was. But like normally, you can go there, get a drink for like $10, kind of hang out at the bar. There's I've never been there and not been able to get a bar seat. I always just hang out. You can go get a drink. They say stand and wait for somebody to leave. They don't care. And usually somebody does, I always get the in seats, but I'm starting to like that place. It's kind of small, but
and they have good food too.
Yeah, their food food is
Yeah,
good.
that little patio area. Yeah.
Their
I wish they just
nachos,
had.
huge.
I just want
But yeah,
more
I
TV.
would
I want a
agree.
bigger TV. Yeah, bigger
They
TVs.
need to make it a little more sports bar-y.
Yeah.
So,
Put
speaking
like
of
a screen
flankers,
somewhere.
they had a really good turnout for the autograph signings.
It was awesome.
Yeah, on Friday it was Jack Jones, and then on
Which shout
Saturday,
out to the League of Bandits and the Black Hole who put on all the signings at Flanker.
yeah, Jack Jones, great. Actually, he's like, let me get you my number because I know an artist who could do paintings. And then on Saturday, like, what was it AP, AJ Cole, Daniel Carlson, 3 other
Nesta.
guys.
Smith.
It was Smith,
Nesta,
Harnum, and
Silvera.
Yeah. And they were all cool. Like most of the signers,
Yeah, they're all very nice.
Jack Jones was awesome. Like,
Oh,
Yeah,
yeah.
he
I told
was.
people, everybody's like, he's so nice. I'm like, he's on a rookie deal. Like, he wants to make some money. He wants to be friendly. Like, he probably feels like he's blessed to be with the Raiders because he was on the practice squad prior. I'm like, he's gonna be cool. Like, I just tell you, like, just if he was coached by AP, he's gonna have those vibes. Nothing but nice. Nothing but nice to everybody. Talk to everybody that walked through there.
And what a pickup he was.
Yeah. When you meet people like that, like it's a very humbling experience as a fan to actually have somebody go out of the way to be polite and nice to you when they're making millions of dollars. You're like, we appreciate it because I've had so many bad experiences with players who are just Eddie Lacy is a complete a-hole, but a lot of players are just rude. Some of them are just rude and mean. And I know Raider Nation is gonna hate this. Bo Jackson's an asshole. Like I don't.
Yep.
I've seen him yell at children. Like I
didn't even want to go in that room.
Bo Jackson is a bad experience. I've seen him yell at kids. I got my things that I wanted signed by him for my collection, and I'll never buy another autograph from him again. He's an asshole.
Yeah.
Just rude, mean. The joke is he taxes the nation because Al Davis was an asshole to him and cut him, and messed with his contracts and did all the stuff with Marcus Allen. Like he was just cutthroat. And so now he's taxing the nation. So, besides Bo,
Rolando McClain was not.
Yeah. Derek Carr still blocked me. So I yelled at him. The video wasn't that good. I snuck into the VIP area. So I was no more than 30 feet from him. He heard me. I guarantee he heard me because I yelled at the top of my fucking lungs. So, and one of the guys is like, I want to fucking yell at him. And it was funny. One of the guys was like, here, come here. And he like opened up the gate and let me into the little area. Like he wanted me to yell at him. And guy had no idea who I was. I was like, I hate Derek Carr. He's like, oh, just walk over here. It was hell if I fuck it. Unblock me. So DC was doing a signing at Mandalay the same time around Carlson. He was doing a signing with Mark Ingram. And it was all Raider. It was all Raider stooges. And I'm like, I'm not waiting in line for Derek Carr. One. So if the Super Bowl ends in New Orleans and he does have a signing in New Orleans, I will wait in line for him just to talk shit. And then I will get kicked out immediately because I don't care. So hopefully that does happen. But yeah, I was like 30 feet from him. I asked him to unblock me, and then I left.
Perfect.
So yeah, John's in that club too.
Yeah. Oh, he blocked me too.
Oh, did he?
Yeah, he blocked me. Like he blocked me because I tweeted something about him. That happened to John too, but he's he'll block really fast.
Yeah. John, what John D did a Tom Brady edit, right? Of the billboard, Welcome to Vegas or something.
I posted a billboard that showed Tom Brady. It said like Brady to Vegas, and I guess he didn't like it, which boo-hoo. It's not like I tagged him. I was like, we got to it's not like I said we got to get rid of Derek Carr. He's trash. And
yeah.
I literally posted Brady to Las Vegas.
I tagged him, his wife, his brothers, the Raiders repeatedly for like 2 weeks straight. And then it just stopped. Yeah. My thing was I did the Deshaun Watson edit. So I put Deshaun Watson in the number 4 jersey and said this is to be the best number 4 we've ever had.
Oh my God.
What? I did Deshaun Watson 1 week, and I can't remember who I did the week before. I did another quarterback that was a free agent. I don't remember who it was. I'd have to pull it up. But there was all that talk that we're going to get one of the free agent quarterbacks and we're going to get Deshaun Watson. So I was like, oh, I'd take Watson over Carr any day. Like, even though he's been out of the league, he'll be decent enough.
Baker Mayfield has won.
Can you imagine
playoff games?
The massage parlors in Vegas if Deshaun Watson went there?
Oh, they'd be counting their money. I mean, my God, they would they would be. I mean, and then if Robert Kraft came to town with Deshaun Watson, they'd link up and just hit all of them all at once.
Oh, wow.
They'd be making millions.
Jeez.
You know,
on top of the millions that they're making now.
One of my favorite things, somebody did a money breakdown because Robert Kraft's a billionaire. So Robert Kraft tipped, it's on video. He tipped $100 for his hand job. And that was verified. And so they said Robert Kraft tipping, a massage parlor $100 is like a normal person tipping 22 cents. So he tipped, because they did the math how much money he has. Like, people on YouTube have too much time. They're like, yeah, it's like you tipping a prostitute a quarter. That's what the equivalent of a $100 bill is to this guy.
Wow.
It's like you giving a half a Snicker bar to a prostitute. That's what it is to him. And I was like, I would never leave. I would just be like, hundreds for everybody.
Yeah.
That's all it was to me. If I
I would feel so icky. Like, ugh.
He's 70. What do you expect?
God,
he's a billionaire, and Deshaun Watson is worth millions and millions of dollars. Just call somebody to your house. Like, come on, be an adult.
Do it. I know. Put them on your payroll.
God. Have you ever seen a video of Mia Khalifa running around Deshaun Watson's house?
No.
Did you not know that's a thing? Okay, so he paid Mia Khalifa to run around his house in a maid's outfit. And there's a video of Mia Khalifa running and dunking over him in a maid outfit and like some little practice Nerf hoops. And he's just wearing like boxers. Like, he recorded it. Like, this guy has some issues.
Yeah.
And you know very well what they did and what he paid for. But there's a video, like, somebody recorded it and she's running and it's him and her, and you could tell, and it's at his house, and she runs and dunks on him. And people are like, this guy has a problem. This is right after all the stuff he got in trouble. Like, this guy has some issues.
Whoops.
God.
Yeah. Woof.
Back to AP.
Yeah.
Back to
frankly, I don't have a bad experience with a Raider player because I haven't been to that many signings. So Derek Carr is my worst.
Derek Carr was actually really nice at signings. I'm not gonna lie.
Yeah, and very, very nice guy. Him and his brother are very, very nice, very religious, very proper. I always told people that and with my kids, Carr was absolutely amazing. Absolutely amazing.
That's cool.
Just sucked as a player.
Yeah.
I don't know what else to say. Other than that, there's not really many Raider players that are mean, to be honest with you. A lot of them are humble because a lot of them are rejects. They didn't have good careers. A lot
of McLean was not good.
He had issues off the field too. So I heard things about him. His family took advantage of him. They spent a lot of his money, and it just rubbed him the wrong way. And I think after getting in the limelight, he didn't want to be it anymore. So I understand where he's coming from, but I've heard he was super rude to people too, because he was just tired of it. Like, he was burnt out.
Yeah. Yeah, but AP, like, the shit you see, like, on social media, like him, like, smoke our shit, talk our shit, he is like that. He's not putting it on the front. Like, that is AP.
He loves his job, and you can tell.
Yeah.
There's no other
he's grateful for it. Like, he was real with us. Like, he wasn't like, yo, we're gonna win every game. Like, he was like, we have a lot of work to do and we have a long way to go, but we're gonna do it. Like, we're gonna do it the hardest, best way we can.
Yeah. But to me, there's no bullshit.
No.
Yeah, no. He's like straight up, and it's great. Like, I loved it. He was there for like 2 hours.
Yeah.
And for most of the time, I was like sitting on the couch and like, letting everybody get their autographs and everything. And then once like the line died out, we got to spend some time with him, and we actually recorded a few things that we're gonna post. I wanted to post them today, but that fatigue and work got to me.
Yeah,
I know.
So
I went to the Max Crosby signing instead. So,
well, that was cool. Like, the pictures you got were really good.
My thing is, I try. I don't take no for an answer. They said no autographs. I got my autographs. So I don't know what else to say. I use women, so I'm like, here, go get this signed. So, Like I'm like it's, and I'm being honest, like it was for my kids. So I'm like, Eric, get this signed for Max. I'm like,
Oh
okay.
yeah.
And he signed a handful of things, and one of them was mine. And because I had to salute the service jersey, but yeah, Max Crosby was super cool, but that thing was rushed. Like they sold like
Crosby
100.
is really cool too.
Yeah, and he had other places to be, and so
And
it
he was
rushed.
probably late to that event, and then chain reaction.
Yeah.
Not his fault.
I think
traffic was.
I think so, it was my first time at the M. So if people have never been there, really cool. The tavern's awesome. The pools were super nice.
It was a beautiful.
So if you get to go there. No, I always want to do the Raider players actually stay there, or is that just some bullshit promotional item? Because they say, it's home of the Raider players.
I think the younger players stay
there.
Yeah.
The non when I walked up to AP to like I gave him a couple of the cigars that we got from the like cigar event. I got really nervous. So I like went up and I was like right next to him, and then I was like, hey. And I was like,
that's your first time meeting him, huh?
Yeah. I was like, hey. So then I like of course had to like, bounce back and be like, thanks, sir. And like then I was like, I just need to get out of the way. But he was really cool.
Yeah, so I had him sign the game day program from the Charger games.
Yeah.
And I go, this is from my favorite game right here. And he looks at it, he goes, oh, we beat that ass. And I was like,
yeah.
I was like, I wasn't expecting that, but like I said,
no, he doesn't hold back. He doesn't hold back.
No.
And so like one of the interactions I had, I didn't record it because like Wednesday I was by myself, so like I ran into him by myself. I was like, I'm gonna enjoy the moment. I'm not gonna record it. The staff took pictures, and I was talking to him. I was like, I had the Kermit Mahomes with them. He's like, I hate that guy, and I started laughing, and I was like, well, you guys beat him on Christmas. You ruined it. You ruined his Christmas. He's like, yeah, but that Owl's in the Super Bowl, and I just started laughing. I was like, man, just like called him an a-hole. Like I was like, cool. Like I like this coach.
No, he has this like I feel like when we were around him, my impulse was to stand up and be like, yeah, but it's not because he was like high energy. He was genuine. He was motivational. Like you can tell why the players want to play for him. He's real, but he's like, let's fucking do this. It was really
he's really nice to us. I hope that attitude stays. Time and time again, we see money changes people. I hope it doesn't. And the thing is, like, at most of the events, did he have anybody besides Raider security with him? Because at the events I was at, he didn't have an agent. He had one security guard, and that was it.
Yeah,
and you could walk right up to him, like you're like, "Hey, what's up?" He's like, "Hey, what's going on?"
And his security guy was really cool too.
Really, really
security was nice. The only issues I had were people that were staff at the events. Not League of Bandits, but at the Boss store.
Boss.
And AT&T was like, AT&T was super nice. They're like, you get one item per person. That's it. We don't have time for anything else. We got to move the line. You're gonna get your photo. You can talk to him, but we got to make sure everybody gets their items and their picture with him, because he has to, after that he went right to flankers. And that's why I was texting you. I was like, I left there before you there. I'm like, he's not going to be here until then because he hasn't even left AT&T yet, and AT&T is 30 minutes away. So I was like, he's not going to be there on time. I was like, oh, okay. I was like, and when I got there before him, and the line was already like 100 deep. I'm like, you guys got another hour to wait. Like, he's not even left yet. So
yeah, but it was cool. We got to ask him, which I'm gonna get the video up tomorrow, but we did get to ask him,
Jesus,
if he wasn't driving an Impala, like what would he be driving? We asked them, like, these were questions that people wanted to know on Instagram, so I asked a few of the questions. His favorite burger spot, and then what did you ask him?
I asked him his favorite LA Mexican spot, and I got nervous, so I asked him something else, but I don't remember.
Did somebody ask him his favorite NWA song or anything like that?
Oh, we asked him his favorite song.
A version of, yeah.
All right. Actually, so I said, when you fire up the Impala, what song is likely to be the first one to come on the radio?
And he was like, duh.
Yeah, he's like, well, actually, he's like, oh, like,
yeah.
but yeah, he was.
Oh,
great.
I asked him his game day routine. That's what I
Oh
was
yeah.
That was a good answer.
I bet you his is unique. Like he seems like he probably does the same thing. That's something weird because he was a
I
player
thought
too, so
so.
he's probably super. I wouldn't say really, but he's super organized and does the same thing every single game because he played for over a decade too. So he probably did the same routine for the 8-9 years in the league, and now he's a coach. He does the same routine again.
I think that's right.
Yeah. People forget what is he? He was like 45, you know,
something like that. He has 7
and he's
kids.
he's been in football since he's professional football since he's been like 22, 23. He's been right after he got done. He went to college coaching after like a year or two off, and then now he's in the pros. So it's like he spent his entire life in football. Like he's gonna have some stories. He's gonna have some funny things to say.
Yeah.
He's also good at like someone asked him, I wouldn't say an inappropriate question, but like a kind of triggery question, and he was like, "Oh, we're not going to talk about that right now." Like he was very chill, and he like navigated it well, and just moved on. I thought he did. He was good at that.
I always tell people, I'm like, don't ask stupid questions. Like you're lucky enough to be there. Ask something friendly, that's fan friendly, that's player friendly, and that's friendly to them. You ask them some controversial shit, like they're gonna be like, get the hell out of here.
Yeah.
And or you're gonna get some BS answer. So like we're at the McDaniels thing, the press conference. Brian had the mic and he's like, "Oh, can I ask you a question?" He's like, "Yeah." And he puts him, and security's like, "Why do you have that? Who are you?" And we're like, "We're just fans. This is to pick up audio. It's no different than a cell phone. It's just clear." And he's like, "Put it away."
Talk about paranoid.
The guy was like yelling at Brian. I'm like, Brian will never ask anything inappropriate. I was like, this dude's a douche. Like, at that point, I was like, we're done. I was like, hope he loses every game.
God.
Like, yeah.
No, we like to ask questions that we don't want to talk football. There's like a million people talking football.
Yeah.
Like we want to get to know the person outside.
Yeah.
And share like a different perspective.
You ask things that are Raider related. You ask things that are personal. Like what was your favorite like football memory, or like was probably a Super Bowl? Like,
exactly.
What was your favorite teammate and why? What was your favorite memory in college? Because he was undrafted too, or he's a late round draft pick too.
Undrafted.
Right? Yeah, I think he's undrafted free agent. So you ask him like, how was it to be an undrafted free agent? And like that shit's a struggle.
Oh yeah.
Like he had to
undrafted free agent.
Yeah.
Your what?
Yeah, he had an AP kind of story, so hopefully he comes back.
Not quite an AP story, but so
we don't know yet.
Her cousin is Ryan Stonehouse, the punter on the Titans, and he was undrafted, and everybody's like he's a camp body, and he like the punter on the Titans was there 14 years, so like he's not going to go anywhere, and lo and behold, he made the team, and they cut the dude that was there for 14 years, which nobody thought. And like Twitter was in an outrage.
Yeah, no, I was like, oh God,
you got rid of like that. That'd be like if the Raiders cut like Shane Leckler back in the day. Well, which they kind of did. But,
I mean, because he was making $3 million a year. Like you're telling me we can drop the punter and pay him $500,000. Let's do that.
Yeah,
So basically, same thing happened over there. Everybody was irate. Twitter was in a outrage, and then all of a sudden they love him.
So, are you close to him then?
To Ryan? Yeah. We went to the game and saw him, and
whenever they play the Raiders, you need to get his jersey. You need to get his jersey if they play the Raiders again. Just say, hey, that's for cousin. That's what you need to do, or tweet something.
There's a funny story. He posted it. He actually made his own shirts because at a Titans game, there was this comedian there, and he was walking around interviewing people, like they do.
Kind of like how we do.
And he goes up to some guy, and the guy's wearing a Stonehouse jersey, and he goes, "Who's Stonehouse? Is that you?" And the guy goes, "That's our fucking punter." Like, really?
I didn't recognize him.
He was like, "Whoa!" So Ryan made shirts that says, "That's our fucking
punter." And I bet you that guy feels so stupid. He's like, I said that.
No, the video went viral and all that. Like,
it was pretty funny.
People were sending it to me. I was like, yeah.
It's so hard to recognize players because we see them in their helmets. The only reason I know them is because I go to signings or I'm close enough to see them without their damn helmets. Otherwise, you cannot tell these people apart.
Yeah,
it's so hard. It's like recognizing a complete stranger.
Yeah.
And there's some people with very distinguished faces. You know,
Yeah.
like we all know AOC is a weirdo with a mustache. We all know Carlson because he's 6'5" and slender. But there's some people that I'm like, I don't know who that is. Like, I just can't. I know he plays for the Raiders. I don't know what position. I have no idea.
Should we? So the moral of the story is we really like AP, and should we talk at all about the Super Bowl game, like what we thought of the game?
Yeah, we could. Oh, before we do that though, I just want everybody to know the bingo game is still going on. I didn't have a chance to post everything. We did get a winner on the bingo, but we still have the $100 gift card for Fanatics. If you fill up the card, if the card doesn't get filled up, we're gonna just have to pick whoever has the most. But I think we got enough footage to fill up somebody's card. And so look for our shorts tomorrow. We'll be posting the rest of them. I got to go through there's thousands of videos I got to go through.
That's one thing I got to get better at. When I go to events, I don't film anything. I just go, and then I'll take some photos and just enjoy myself.
Why would you enjoy yourself?
I know. Why would I not make content? I mean, so the coolest thing I didn't videotape was I told you Lamar Houston has the patent for alcohol vending machines.
Oh, yeah.
I thought was awesome. I didn't film it. I just bought a bunch of alcohol and then talked to him about it. And then I left.
That's dope.
See,
Lamar.
Go ahead.
Yeah. I was saying Lamar Houston helped me select some alcohol, and I was just like, beep, boop, beep. And he's like, I was like, you own this? And he's like, yeah. He's like, I started it. I own the patent. Yeah. He's like, I own the patent. And he's big as hell. Mm-hmm. And I walked over, I'm like, that's Lamar Houston. I was like, why are you here? He's like, I own these. And he points to all these vending machines. So I was like, oh. I was like, okay. Like, that's different. I thought you were just here.
Yeah.
He's overseeing his operations.
Yeah. Oh, he said the Bears are the worst fucking franchise he's ever been around in his life. Yes. I did not film that, and I wish I did. I was like, and somebody was like, oh, who'd you play for? And I was like, he played, for the Texans for a year, the Bears and the Raiders, and he went to the Bears after the Raiders. And the thing is, he was supposed to be really good. That's the thing. Yeah. He was a second-round draft pick. He was supposed to be the shit. Mm-hmm. And the Bears, he just didn't pan out with them. And he's like, he literally said verbatim, cussing, they are the worst fucking franchise in the NFL. I wish I would have never played for them, and I don't talk to anybody from there. And I was like, wow. I was like, because they paid him a lot of money to go there. I'm like, they must have rubbed him the wrong way for him to say that.
Maybe they didn't rub him at all.
That's the problem.
Talking about Deshaun Watson and
there's no massage parlors in Chicago, Tri-City.
Raider Fans Unfiltered.
But when it comes to content, I have a worse problem. I record a lot of shit.
Yeah.
I have 15,000 videos and pictures on my phone. I go to work and then I'm like, oh, I'll do it tomorrow. And then oh, that's already old. And then by then I recorded something new. And then I'm like, oh, I'll wait till next week to post this so it's more relevant. And then the next thing you know, it's not relevant at all. And yeah, I just have, actually, I should see how many, what my camera roll hold has.
Yeah. Well, I got stuff that I wish I posted that's not relevant about Derek Carr, but I feel like I should. Because I did videos with my son. I did some funny shit with him. And I'm like, I have to post this. I just don't know when. So
yeah,
I'm gonna have a video that's a year and a half old that's gonna be hilarious about Derek Carr. So when we're off, I'll tell you what it is, and you're like, oh fuck, that's funny. And I just never posted it.
Yeah. I think you could still I posted a fucking video. I posted a video of Taylor Swift chugging the drink because it was on TV. And then I posted a video of her and Travis Kelce at the end of the Super Bowl. I got hate. People were like, I'm unfollowing you. Fuck you, you whore. And I was like, wow.
Because they don't like the Swifties.
No. I mean, I posted it to, honestly, let's be real. I posted it to get views, but Jesus. Women.
I have some morality, so I did not sell myself out for any Taylor Swift. I did Travis Kelce talking to the black girl. That was my only post about them.
That was funny.
Ice Spice.
Yeah, he's trying to rig her up. He's like,
that
hey.
was like a whole controversy. See, we were at the game, so we did miss like the commercials, the commentary, the like kind of what was seen on TV, and apparently that was like a whole thing.
Yeah, because he had the arm up. He's like, like it looked like he was legit talking to her.
Right.
But
Hey.
he's just a friendly bearded guy, so I don't think there's anything bad about it.
Someone in our comments asked, "What did you guys think of Travis Kelce hitting Andy Reid?"
So as a football fan, I like things like that because Andy Reid, as much as you hate him, is one of the greatest coaches to ever coach. Period.
Yeah.
As much as you hate him, and he's a generally pretty nice guy. And Travis Kelce, as much as you hate him, is probably the best tight end to ever play the game.
Yeah.
He had every right to fucking scream and yell at him. And Andy Reid had every right to fucking scream and yell him back. Like, those are two of the greatest coaches and players ever. They can do that.
Yeah. Well, was there a reason? I didn't see it happen in real time. Like, what was
they were losing and he wasn't getting the ball and he was hitting targets and he
wasn't getting the ball. That's true.
No, he wasn't.
Yeah.
And he was completely out of the game. They were isolating him and he just wasn't getting anything. And they were getting beat up by the Niners. Like that game was very close to being runoff.
It could have gone either way, honestly.
Yeah, and it was 10-0, and I was like, oh my God. I was like, the Niners are up 10 points. Like, this is bad.
Yeah.
Like, if they score another touchdown or something and at 17-0, this game is toast. And the NFL is like, we don't want that to happen. So
right.
So Travis, do your thing.
Yeah.
Yeah. Like, but I was okay with it. The game itself was entertaining. I think the refs stayed the hell out of it for the most part.
Yeah.
There were some stupid calls and there were some dumb calls that people were bitching about, like, oh, there was a guy, like I told you, the conspiracy theories, like the refs added it down. I'm like, no, they fucking didn't.
They added it down.
And yeah, that was the main one. That one had millions of views that popped in my feed. I'm like, they did not add it down.
Oh my God.
And then the other one was the final play. Niner fans were complaining because there was a man downfield. They're like, illegal man downfield. So they're at what, like 3-yard line? So any lineman past 1 yard is an illegal man downfield. He was like 2 yards down the field. So he wasn't in the end zone, but he wasn't at the 1 yard line, at the 3-yard line. So he was like 1.5 yards, 2 yards down the field, probably 2 yards most likely. And like, they should have called a penalty, illegal man downfield. They should have reviewed it. The touchdown should have been obsolete. The Niners should have won. I'm like, that's a judgment call for a player that's fucking 300 pounds. That's 2 feet where he's not supposed to be. Shut up.
Yeah.
I was like, it wasn't a hold. So yeah, the conspiracy theories are popping out in Niner fans right now.
Well, there were Niner fans. Like, I will say the Niner fans next to us generally were nice. But the 2 Niner fans next to me, like, immediately they were like, oh my God, there's holding. And I was like, welcome to playing the Chiefs. Like, what did you expect?
Oh, here's a weird thing that I did not expect at the Super Bowl. There are a lot of people who go there by themselves.
Oh, yeah.
Like, the lady sitting next to me, she went by herself. She was like texting her husband the whole time, but he was not there. And then the guy next to her also came by himself. And then the girl in front of me, she was there by herself. And then the guy next to her was also there by himself. Because at first I thought it was like this, the girl in front of us, I thought she was with this like old guy. I'm like, oh, sugar daddy. And then I realized they don't know each other. And I was like, that is so weird. Like, there's like all these people coming to the game by themselves.
So Padilla just said this. I was yelling at people because I bet on the game. I bet on the Niners. And then I took other bets. I bet on the over. And people, I was like, well, they have to both score a touchdown. Then somebody has to kick a field goal for it to hit over the 47.5. And they're like, well, the Chiefs just scored. They're going to hit 47.5. They're going to hit the over. I'm like, no, you fucking moron. It's sudden death. They don't kick the extra point. I was literally yelling at people. There is no extra point in sudden death. It goes away. There's no point of kicking the field goal in sudden death. Now, in overtime, yes. In sudden death, no. So the minute they had the tie from the field goals, I was like, the under, there's no way in hell that they can hit the over. It's physically and mathematically impossible.
Yeah.
And so people were like arguing with me. I'm like, no, that if the Chiefs score, they score 6. They cannot score 7. They cannot score 8. They can score 6 max. It's hitting at 47. So if you hit 47, you get you got to push. I was like, if it's a half, nope, you lost.
Yep. Also, Louis says the 49ers say they didn't understand the overtime rule. Not only the players, their coach Shanahan didn't know the rule.
Nope.
Yeah.
Like, how do you not know the rule?
Because they change it this year. So
no,
both
it's
teams get
2022 they changed it.
Yeah.
It was the year
And
before.
But even
like,
so, like you're playing in the Super Bowl. First of all,
Like,
Adam
Adam
you should
Schefter,
have a guy. Like
well,
you,
Adam Schefter tweeted out.
You
Adam Schefter tweeted out the game was going to go into double overtime. Like, you should have got the memo. Like, they messed it up. They didn't know the rule. They didn't go into double overtime.
That's funny.
Yeah.
Oh,
actually,
here I just got a comment. Don't use a filter. You're very pretty as is. Fuck off. Sorry.
So Adam Schefter, he was on Pat McAfee and he said that the thing about the double overtime, I guess his daughter was doing like some interviews for Nickelodeon, and like that somehow came across like the game is going to go to double overtime. So he tweeted out like breaking news, like the Super Bowl is going to go into double overtime.
Oh yeah, as a joke, and they're like, the script is released. I'm like, no, it's Pat.
I mean,
shit.
The game went into overtime, and that like I don't remember a Super Bowl going into overtime.
That was only the second one.
The other one was
third
the last one. I think was the brain fart Panthers, right, and the Patriots.
Probably. I mean, I don't
it's
remember.
it's only happened a few times.
Yeah. Super Bowl.
But yeah, that was like unbelievable that because the players like didn't know, and then Kyle Shanahan reply was, "We wanted to get the ball third, the analytics, and blah blah blah." I'm like, well, you gotta do something to get the ball third. Like, you can't give up the lead.
No.
It sounds like you got the answer.
It was the Patriots and the Falcons when the Patriots.
28-3.
Oh, the 23. Yeah, that was my favorite thing when they were interviewing. Like, how did the Bill Belichick interview go with the Falcons? And they said they just showed him a meme, 28-3.
Yeah,
like, that's all you need to know about me.
That was also Kyle Shanahan, the offensive coordinator back then. Yeah. That's what got him the job as the 49ers head coach.
Yeah. Dude, I will never forget. I fell asleep that game and I woke up. I was like, oh, the fucking Patriots are going to lose. And I fell asleep and I woke up. I was like, oh my God. Like, I was like, what the fuck?
I remember like I was watching the game and like after halftime, I go, I want to place a second half live bet. I was like $50 for the Patriots to win. And I just did $50 because of like I don't want to count them out, but 28-3 is you're out of the game. Like, but I was like, I just had some weird feeling. And yeah, I ended up hitting. I was like, wow.
Dang.
Like they really blew a 28-3 lead. Which, by the way, like if you think Raider fans are bad celebrating like the Niners losing, the Saints fans hold on to that 28-3 for fucking life.
Oh, yeah.
Like if you go on Saints Reddit, you like scroll down a little bit, you will see a 28-3 reference somewhere in there, like in the last couple days.
Oh, I love it.
Why do they care? Like, okay, so the Falcons lost the Super Bowl.
I'm gonna lord this shit over Niners heads until the Raiders win a Super Bowl and then probably beyond, because they are so fucking obnoxious. I imagine like between the Falcons and the Saints, like they're obnoxious to each other. I literally saw videos today of Niner fans being like, well, at least we're not Raider fans. Like,
what about E40 crying?
Yeah, and not even spelling Chiefs
I am team.
Right?
No, I was talking about this over the weekend too. I am team Mr. Fab because Mr. Fab's a Raider fan. Mr. Fab is an Oakland fan. He is not a Niner fan. He straight said you can't go back and forth to E40, and E40 tried talking shit to him. So, I'm a Raider fan. No, what E40 is a fake fucking fan, like these people that wear the Niner gear and the Raider gear together. Like you don't do that shit. Like that doesn't mix. It's gross. That's retarded. Don't do it. I don't have respect for you. I will take pictures of you and put you on my freaking Instagram. If I see you in public wearing those two things, I don't care if you're 6. I will make fun of you. Like I will harass a child. That's
Quite a
just
few
not okay.
people. They told me that if you watch MTV Cribs when E40 was on there, he opens the door to his house with a Sacramento Kings hat on, and now he's like
Gross.
diehard Warriors.
No, he likes who's winning.
Yeah, he's
Don't you
front
dare
runner.
come to the Lakers.
What song or jersey can make him relevant? Remember when the 90s were when he actually had songs that were hits, and he's not releasing this garbage that he does today.
He should just wear Hugo Boss.
Yeah, he
Actually, I
E40
think
hasn't been popular since Hugo Boss. You know.
Yeah.
Actually, you know what's funny is one of my friends were like joking around about that E40 being mad, like more mad at the Raider fans. I'm like, dude, back in the day, I used to think E40 was like hard, and he goes, "Yeah, same here." And I go, "It's even hard for me to like listen to the music that he made, you know, with the click."
Mhm.
And he goes, my friend goes, "Yeah, I'm just gonna skip over his verses and listen to the rest of the click."
For real. I just listen. I know there was like all this arguing. It's not that we wanted the Chiefs to win. Okay. Fuck the Chiefs. We hate the
Yeah,
Chiefs.
Exactly.
Like, fuck them. Okay. Always. But and Niner fans are so fucking obnoxious. It
The
like
fingers coming out.
they're so fucking like listen, Chiefs fans have been commenting on my post. First of all, none of them can spell correctly, so I don't even know what they're saying. Like some lady called me, she was trying to call me like a whore or something, and it was like HRO, and I was like, what? So they're gonna
Hero.
you
She forgot the E's.
So
That's because they don't have teeth, so they
yeah,
gotta
they're like they're
God,
gonna
you hate
be
Chiefs
gone
fans.
in a week, and we can beat them next year, and it'll be like
we could
you know,
sweep them next year.
yeah, like and it'll start to. Niner fans are never going to like just stop being little bitches. Sorry, they're not, and they're really irritating.
There's a lot.
You know
There's a
what?
lot of bandwagon fans. I mean, and we experienced the same thing in Vegas, a little bit here and there. But
Yeah.
there's a lot of bandwagon fans. You look before Shanahan came, between Harbaugh and Shanahan, there was nobody there at their stadium. It was fucking
empty.
Nobody went.
Nope.
Yeah. In Oakland, when we were 2-14, we were still full. Like there was still, it was still packed all the time. Like
It might have had buy one get one free tickets, but
yeah, like I
No one
paid to go
remembers
see
the game,
Jamarcus.
but whatever.
I don't remember most of the games because I would pass out my seat by halftime. So, but I would always wake up in the second half, like ready to go again. You know, take that hour and a
the
half
power
nap.
nap.
All right, let's go.
Oh yeah.
Yeah, I get my power nap in. Like, yeah, I was stupid enough a lot of times at the Raider games in Oakland. I would take kegs with me, so I'd literally take a keg and have a little rollie, and I would just go up and down. It was all bad.
I'm already like, oh, the headache.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I don't know. A couple times my brother came with me, and we was literally like, we'd pull out to the Denny's over there and just like take a nap. Like, we got to sober up. There's no way we're gonna make it home. And we did that on multiple times. I remember Terry was with me one time, and me, Terry, and my brother were like walking around trying to finish the cake because it was like a quarter full. It was like the only time we didn't finish it. And we were literally going about after tailgate having people do cake stands and finish it off before we left. And then we left. It was the night game. We're like, let's go. So,
by the way, someone suggested we get Terry on here, so we got to have him as a guest.
Message him.
The Raiderville mayor.
Yeah, we won't talk about the Raiders. We'll just talk about Terry.
About the good times at Raiderville.
Yeah. I learned very quickly in Oakland that if anybody that brought a homemade drink, it is strong as shit, and you cannot drink that shit fast. You have to pace it.
I learned as a white man, I learned what jungle juice was real quick. And I was like, what the fuck is this?
Yep. We white people, and jungle juice is not.
That was the first time you had jungle juice?
Yes.
I had jungle juice in college, but
I'm from Farmington. You think we make jungle juice out there? Like they drink Coors and handles. Like,
yeah.
Like I went to a game. I want to say I was like 19. Like I was a year after high school, and somebody had like the big old fucking vat of jungle juice, and like everybody knew I was underage. I didn't care. And they're like, here. And I'm like, what the fuck is it? Like, I got sloshed.
Yeah.
Like,
Real quick.
I was like, I
Real
remember
quick.
because I was like my freshman in college, but yeah.
I remember
Yeah.
my friends used to be like, "Oh, it's funny because like some people are like, oh, I'm not going to drink any of the alcohol, just eat the fruit." So, like the fruit soaks up a lot of the alcohol.
That's the worst.
Yeah.
That's one of the things we did. We did in college. We would take a bottle of vodka, you cut a hole in the watermelon, you shove it in there overnight, and
That's right.
it absorbs it. And you eat it, and you just get blasted off of watermelon. So it's good times. Good times. I miss you know, the tailgate in Vegas is stepping up.
Follow
and I think
us
it's
for
gonna
more
be-
tailgating advice.
Yeah,
God.
yeah. We're gonna. I think I'm gonna. I don't think you're allowed to have cakes in Vegas. I think they kick you out. I'm
Really?
almost positive. I've heard
Really?
people say that.
At the
yeah.
tailgates?
Yeah.
Hmm.
Because because I had like those little 4 rollies, like the little squares, like the wood for furniture.
Yeah, the furniture.
I would bring them with me.
dollies.
Yeah, and I would put exactly. I would put the cake on top of it, and I'd strap it, and I'd roll it around with me.
God.
And like an adult, I'm like, here, it's you know.
Whew.
Apparently now I have to do that for the first game in Vegas. Now I feel like I have to roll around with a cake, and
Agreed.
I'm gonna have a sign that says "free cakes
A bear.
ID"
Yeah.
because I'm not gonna get in trouble. And
I'll do a cake stand.
Yeah. So I'll give you one.
John's
We're getting late here. Yeah, I will give you one fun fact. I hold the record for the longest cake stand in my fraternity when I was in college.
Whoa.
Wait, what
I did like
fraternity is it?
I don't remember. I'd have to look it up. I was. I don't remember.
We need to print out an award.
I swear to God,
this.
dude, it was
Yeah.
so long ago.
Yeah,
like,
we
somebody
need a
asked me that.
plaque.
I'm like, I don't remember. So
Was
so
it
we had-
SAE?
I'm gonna have to pull it up because you're talking 20 years. Like, and I only did it for a year, then I left because I was like, I don't have time for this shit.
Yeah.
But
No, it's a lot of bullshit. Bullshit.
So during rush week, and I had to learn the whole Greek alphabet and everything. I was like, this is stupid.
Yeah, no.
But during rush week, I was like, hey, I'll bring some kegs. Like, I got a guy, I was like 19 or 20. I was like, I got a guy that'll sell them to us at the liquor store where I live. So I went got like 4 of them. And they're like, yeah, we do they had a board at the frat house. And I'm like, oh, I'll win. Like, I'll win. I will annihilate everybody here. And I did it for almost 2 minutes.
Oh,
and
fuck.
like I just blew everybody out of the water.
Dear God.
I was done afterwards.
God.
Done. Like I was, that's young when I was in the same shape I am now, but I was doing push-ups on it as I'm fucking pounding the alcohol. This is young liver Josh. And they're just like, Jesus Christ. And I told my brother, I'm like, I just did a fucking cake stand. He's like, how long? And it was like, a minute like 50 or something. He's like, fuck. And he's like, were people trying to break it? I'm like, yeah. He's like, what happened? I'm like, they had to call the ambulance for a couple people. And there's this guy's like dead on the floor, pretty much. And I was like, good time though,
Now, if you try that, you're gonna need like Tums and aspirin.
Yeah.
Oh, absolutely.
Very antacid with you and everything. Yeah.
One year at USC, like they were like, we're gonna clamp down on all you like debauchery drinker people. So they were like, you can't play drinking games, and you can't. There was something else that was bullshit. So instead of playing beer pong, we played Tommy Ball, and we just like changed the names for all of the or we played like Jenga or some drinking game, but we just changed all the names. So like if you got a Tommy, you had to drink, and nobody knows. It was a stupid rule. So then they like changed it back, and everybody just got wasted again.
Sounds legit.
Yeah. I don't know why. Like, oh, and then that president got like fired for like all the scandals and shit. So. Typical. Yeah.
Good times.
Anyway, on that note, don't drink too much jungle juice, people.
Yeah, definitely not. So anybody listening, did anybody hit like a good square on the Super Bowl squares?
Oh yeah.
I haven't heard anybody like J-Lot, Wrecking Crew, yes, sir.
We should say shout out. I'm talking like a Chiefs fan now. Shout out to Carlos from New Mexico who won the bingo game. He actually got quite a few squares. So
maybe he'll get the blackout too.
Yeah.
Well, who
he
knows?
Probably would.
I am gonna post. I'm gonna go through all my videos tomorrow because I'm not going to work. And I'm gonna gotta do this for the people.
Yeah, that's right.
For the people.
The people listening. Hit the first and third quarter squares. Nice.
Nice.
All right.
Let's go. Buying
You
us
can buy
all
us
drinks.
dinner. No.
Yeah. Yeah, dinner preferable. Yeah. So, should we just update really quick? So now that football season's over, we're still going to continue the show every week. We're going to, we'll talk about free agency and the draft and the schedule and all of that, but don't leave.
Yeah, we got a lot of stuff to talk about.
Yeah.
The combine is like in 2 weeks.
God damn.
So we're gonna see people that the Raiders want because they ran a 4.3 40 and have absolutely no fucking talent whatsoever.
Well, James Jett.
James Jett. Who else?
Ismail,
wide receiver,
Rabbi Ismail.
Rocket. Jamarcus Russell because he can throw 70 yards from his knees. And then we had Hayward Bay because he was an athlete. What other bad draft picks do you want?
Yeah.
Darren McFadden actually ended up being good, but he was like one of the fastest guys.
Injury prone.
Yeah.
They just overreach. Yeah.
I forgot who it was that broke the combine record. It was a couple years ago. And like everybody on Twitter is like, oh, Al Davis is like sending messages from heaven. Like that's who they're trading up to get.
Oh, the wide receiver that broke the records and didn't do anything for the Bengals. I know you're talking about.
I think so.
Yeah, nobody that's that fast does anything in the NFL. They're usually too small.
Yeah. Yeah. So we'll be coming up with some off-season material to talk about.
We'll probably just talk shit. Which
we got to do a mock draft. We haven't done a mock draft. I haven't done one on my page yet, so we got to do that after the combine.
Okay.
Gotta have a couple of them.
Drafts.
I know.
Yeah, they're all over the place. He's got to do a couple of them, see how they work out, and then maybe do. I don't like to do mine with trades because I just let it fall. There's not that many trades for day one. You're gonna have one or two teams trade up, but if you get it wrong in your mock draft, it fucks your entire draft up.
Yeah.
There is rumors we are going to trade for number 3. That is the main rumor, number 3 to get Daniels.
They kind of owe us, the Patriots. But
we took McDaniels.
Yeah, we took McDaniels off their
That's
hands.
true.
But yeah, there are rumors that the Patriots are willing to trade out of the 3rd spot.
Which does not make sense to me.
Yeah, like I think it's a mistake, but if more power to them, if they could build around trading back, like
rumor has it. So this is what they're kind of in ESPN saying. It started to pop up today. They're going to get this year's first, next year's first, and then like 2nd and 3rds. So it's not as steep. It's not as steep as it normally would be. Normally you're taking 3 like first and a player and a 2nd. Like you're trading a lot. So
but that's for the 1st round pick or for the first pick.
Yeah, 2 firsts and a couple 2nds or 3rds. Like, it's a high price, but we do have trade capital that we can get rid of.
Yeah, like you do that, you get your quarterback, and your defense is pretty good. Like, you could always improve, but like if the defense could keep the level of play that they did this, like when AP took over, like you don't need to improve. Like, of course, it helps to improve. But if you could get a quarterback with the weapons you got and the defense could maintain its play, like you're good. Like you're going to win.
They were talking about not giving them additional draft picks this year. So because the Raiders wanted to maintain their draft, so they were talking about swapping first, and then the 1st and 2nds they're getting are in the future, not this year, because they think they're really close. So like, no, hey, this is a price we'll pay in the future, but this year we're going to have our picks. So, and they probably switch 2nds or 3rds or something along those lines, giving a little better pick or maybe a player. So, I mean, we'll see what happens. We have a lot of good players. There's more defensive good players in free agency than there is in the draft this year. This year is a very quarterback, wide receiver. There is no defensive lineman in this year's draft. So, and the linebackers they're more edge rushers than anything. Besides like Trotter's kid, like Smith from Bama, he's an edge rusher. So there's not much of
Yeah.
a need of a thumper or a middle linebacker that we have. There's not that in the draft, but there's defensive linemen and linebackers in free agency. So we'll see. I want to run one.
Yeah.
So David said that today is the Jello-versary day when Jello dropped cases of Jello in San Francisco after they lost the Super Bowl to the Ravens. I actually don't remember that.
I don't either. I gotta look that up. I might have to make it.
But I did. I was dying with the M&M's making the ring of comfort.
That was so
Was that real?
funny.
The ring of comfort.
Yeah, it was a contest.
I can't believe that they got Dan Marino to do that. How much money did he have to pay him?
Dude, they got Bruce. Yeah, he doesn't take
because Dan Marino does not like being made fun of that he doesn't have a ring, and people have said that shit to his face. Like, you're a great quarterback, but you'll never be the greatest because you don't have a Super Bowl. Like, somebody said that to him live on the air, another analyst, and he was like on CBS a while ago, and he was just like dead eyed looking at him like he wanted to kill the dude.
And I love how they go like the ring is like made with a size of Bruce Smith, and he's like on the ring. Like that was like, I watched that Dan Marino commercial about 15 times before I shared it because I was like, oh my God,
is this real? And you sent it to us in the chat. I'm like, oh my fucking, I've never seen this. Why have I never seen this? Why did it not catch traction?
And then they did
a lot of these.
They did another reporting with Matty Ice too.
Oh
yeah.
A lot of these commercials that are like 3, 4, 5 years old. Instagram and YouTube wasn't what it is, so we forget about them, and then they pop up. They're like, oh my God, I remember that on TV, or like I never seen that. And so a lot of these old things that like were funny to us like 5, 6 years ago are starting to resurface because we're like, these were hilarious.
You're gonna
AP signed my flag somewhere. I don't know where, I can't tell, but he signed my flag, so I'm all happy about that.
Oh, it was great. Thank you, David, for bringing that up, because guess who was handing out the Jello? Ronnie.
Was it Harbaugh?
Ronnie Lott.
Ronnie fucking Lott was handing out. It was pudding. He was handing out pudding, saying, "Here, this will help you feel better."
Oh my God.
I fucking love that. And there's like, I don't know if you can see it, but there's like a giant box that Jello dropped in.
Oh my God. How did I not hear about this?
I know, this is incredible.
See, it's something that was before YouTube and Instagram was
right. This is amazing.
God. I'm gonna have to I'm gonna go on a binge and watch all of the videos.
I know, man. He called it the pudding surprise.
About to get Bill Cosby.
Oh my God. The Bill Cosby memes were like obscene as hell.
Oh Jesus, yeah.
If you're saying this, it's too late.
Yeah.
Or it's like, I like pudding. It's like putting my where it don't belong.
Why am I laughing?
I'm done. That's
all right. This was an unhinged show. It was what we needed. It was great. So glad we all got to do the Super Bowl experience. That was really fun.
Yeah, we're all good. I know we like went out. I don't think we took one photo together. That's why we're so fucking bad.
Took photos of us. Yeah. Shout out Tick Pick. Shout out Tick Pick for the best tailgate.
I always laugh because like people I hang out with, I was like, we never take photos. Like some of my best friends, like we have 3 photos together. And people are like, we always see you together, but you don't take photos. I'm like, because they're my fucking friend. I'm like, hey, let's take a picture. You know?
I feel like John and I didn't take a picture together for like 3 years.
Yeah, we take pictures. We're like too busy recording shit.
Yeah.
Yeah. When I'm around people, like anything is when I'm with Steve, he records everything. So I'm like, hey, send it to me. You know?
Yeah.
And like when we were doing stuff in the parking lot, both of you guys, and you do I think I don't know if people realize like when you record something and you tag them as a partner, like it goes to both of your pages. Who gives a shit who's making the 38 cents?
Yeah.
It's just like just tag me and I don't care. Collaborator. I'm like, done. I didn't have to record it. I didn't have to post it. I didn't have to hashtag it. I'm good.
It's like when we took those shots. That was good.
Oh, the Jello thing?
Yeah.
That was a bit rough.
Oh, yeah.
But I
do it.
so I told you guys I'm looking into it. I'm actually looking into doing the aesthetic nursing for the injections and all this stuff. So I swear to God, I'm gonna get a table at the tailgate next year if I do.
my God.
I'll go. I'll do it.
I'm gonna be slinging my car left and right. I'm like, I'll touch your face. You know.
You could give me Botox at the game, and I would be happy.
Oh my God.
I don't know if that's sanitary because I usually drink. I'm like, it stays there. Why are you moving? I'm not. Shit.
Like, hold on, wait.
Like, yeah. They told me I can throw it like a dart. Just stay still.
Oh boy. All right. Well, I think it's getting a little late. We should probably wrap it up now. And
yeah.
So
All right.
on my page, if you guys are still on, I probably should announce this earlier, but on my page, I do my giveaways. Subscribe, $4.99. You get access to all my giveaways. 100% of the money goes back. I'm at like almost the $400 mark a month right now. I'll be able to give away some really cool stuff.
whoa.
Tomorrow for Valentine's Day is the Max Crosby jersey. So I'm going to give away the Max Crosby jersey, the Color Rush. So like, subscribe. I just posted it again. I don't post it enough, and I just figured how to post to only subscribers yesterday. So I'm apologize for that. I'm newer to Instagram, so now my subscribers will get post only to remind them to share my shit, because the more, it's not about the odds. The more subscribers I get, the better stuff you're going to get, because I just want to give back. And the thing is, like, I already talked to my accountant. I can do, if I make up to $10,000 a year in that, I can write every penny of it off. So we're good. So we're at like a $5,000 mark right now. So let's get up to 10 and you get some cool shit. Like, let's really go. Cool shit.
All right.
Yeah.
Nice.
I don't
On that note, yeah, do your taxes.
Yeah. All right. See you all next week, everybody.
Yes.
Good night. All right.
Go Raiders.
Go Raiders.